Get 3 months of local news for just 99 cents a month. You'll get unlimited access to the news you need to stay engaged and connected to your community. Visit duluthnewstribune.com/subscribe now to get 3 months of local news for only 99 cents a month.
Hello, Northlanders. It's Monday, April 17th. I'm Wyatt Buckner with the Duluth News-Tribune Minute, presented by Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union.
The average MPECU member saves over $785 a year in better rates and lower fees. And with MPECU, every ATM is your ATM. With their free checking program, you get ATM fee reimbursements at any ATM anywhere in the U.S. Check out Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union services online at mpecu.com or visit their offices in downtown Duluth, Arrowhead Road, or Miller Trunk Highway.
Now here's a look at today's headlines. A Pope County, Minnesota sheriff's deputy has died, and 2 other officers were shot Saturday while responding to a domestic violence call. Deputy Josh Owen died Saturday at Glacial Ridge Hospital after being shot in the town of Cyrus. Pope County Deputy Brody Merrill and a Starbuck police officer were also shot in the incident but are expected to be okay. Owen was killed on his 44th birthday. Scott Mueller, Deputy Superintendent of Investigations for the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, said that while the investigation is still in the very early stages, more details will be released in the coming days. At approximately 7:30 p.m. Saturday, the 2 deputies and 1 police officer responded to a domestic assault at an apartment in Cyrus. After some initial investigation, a man was informed that he was under arrest, whereupon he drew a firearm and immediately began shooting at officers, Mueller said. The suspect and all 3 officers were hit. The suspect died at the scene. The BCA recovered a handgun that was located near the suspect and numerous cartridge casings, among other evidence, Mueller said. A week ago, Owen had added a temporary profile picture to his Facebook profile, an outline of Wisconsin with a blue stripe across it to honor Chautauqua police officer Emily Breidenbach and Cameron police officer Hunter Scheel, who were killed April 8th during a traffic stop. More than 1,000 people, including the state governor Tony Evers, packed the gymnasium at Cameron High School on Saturday at a funeral for the Wisconsin officers. Avian influenza is killing domestic poultry and wild birds in Minnesota again this spring, as huge flocks of migratory birds carry it north for another season. But in fact, the disease never left the state, even over a long winter, with birds dying in December and January, and some new research showing the virus may survive even in cold Minnesota lake water, with no host bird during the winter. That's the update from wildlife biologists as the great spring migration descends on Minnesota, as the snow line recedes north and ice on lakes and rivers begins to let loose. Since the disease was first reported in Minnesota just over a year ago, some 566 birds have been tested and confirmed carrying the H5N1 strain of bird flu that's been expanding worldwide since 2020, according to data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Wisconsin has had 211 confirmed cases and North Dakota 310 as of April 11th. Minnesota has the highest number of wild birds confirmed dead from H5N1 of any U.S. state, although it's not exactly clear why. It may be because Minnesota is a focal point for the northward migration, with many species of waterfowl and raptors stopping over here on their way north. Or it could be that Minnesota has just turned in more birds for sampling than other states. Some states have had much larger die-off episodes than Minnesota, such as terns in Wisconsin and snow geese in Washington, but not all the dead birds were tested and thus aren't officially counted. The disease seems to flourish most in the spring, with most deaths reported in Minnesota from March into May. Even more concerning to some health experts, the disease has now been confirmed in several mammals across the U.S., including foxes and skunks in Minnesota, otters and a bobcat in Wisconsin, and a black bear in Colorado. Last year, only 1 human case of bird flu was confirmed by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention in the U.S. during the ongoing outbreak. The case affected a commercial poultry industry worker in Colorado who later recovered. On Monday, another case was reported in a child in China. Now here's a look at your forecast, brought to you by the News Tribune's Northlandia podcast.
Weather for the Duluth area today, looking at remaining areas of snow and windy conditions. Over the course of the afternoon, temperatures getting up into the low 40s, dropping down into the mid-20s tonight. For Tuesday, sunshine does make a return, but the breeze sticks around, temperatures in the mid-40s. Another chance of snow and wintry mix for Wednesday. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist Robert Pointer.
Thank you to the Northlandia podcast for their support. The weekly podcast explores curious and unique stories here in the Northland. In the latest episode, reporter Terry Caddo takes us into Tony's Trading Post, a taxidermy lover's paradise. You can find that episode and others at duluthnewstribune.com or wherever you also get this podcast. Thank you for listening to Duluth News Tribune Minute. Have a great day and we'll see you back here tomorrow.